Hello beautiful souls, welcome or welcome back to my channel ProDivinity 1111. My name is Anu. If you're new here, very nice to have you here. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for bringing your beautiful energy back to this tribe. All right, so today's reading is, I haven't done this in a while. It's more about for people who are already in a connection and what's happening next. So this is what it's about, what your expectations are, where you stand currently, what your underlying fears may be, any of those areas. So we're going to look at where the connection is headed or what is happening. So go ahead, take a pick, and of course you can pick multiple piles, but go with your first choice and go from there. You have option 1, 2, or 3. Option 1 is the pink quartz crystal. Okay. We have option 2, which is purple. It's the amethyst heart. And then we have option 3, which is an agate, I believe, orange. Okay, so go ahead, make a pick, and I will see you right there. Hi pile 1, this is for those of you who chose the pink heart or the rose quartz heart. This will be your reading. Again, remember, it's general, it's not going to be personalized, so take what fits and forget the rest, okay? Never try to force a message because this is for the collective. Also, the energies can be vice versa, so keep that in mind. If you don't resonate with the leader card here, which I will use to represent you, feel free to flip-flop it. So those are the couple of things. So we're going to look at the relationship wheel or the connection wheel, whatever you want to call it. We'll look into romance angels. I do have pulled out an answer oracle card. So towards the end, if you want to think of a question, we have an answer card for that. And I want to start with the Moonology deck just to see what are some of the overarching energies in this connection. Okay, and we'll get going. So thank you for stopping by and letting me read for you. So let's see what are the overall energies for this connection. All right. One more, please. That's too many. Too many. Just one more, please. Face up. All right, I guess we're taking 3. It is what it is. All right, so the first one. Okay, the first one we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini, all right? That's number 1. So if you're looking for some answers, those are coming. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. And then we have prosperity lies ahead. So, all right, so we have greens and blues. Also pay attention to the colors. A lot of time, Spirit speaks to us in colors of the chakras and stuff. So we have blue and green, which to me represent more of the upper chakra. So the blue is really the throat chakra or the third eye, and the green is more around the heart. So we do see there is spirituality and balance in practicality and spirituality, which is coming forward here, and then some prosperity is lying ahead. So maybe you're working through that, or your person is working through these elements. So let's get started and see what the connection looks like. I'm going to use this as your energy. So let's see what your current energy is in this connection. We use different tarot decks for each of the piles, and then clarify with the archetype cards. Okay, so let's see how you're showing up. Nice. You are showing up as the 8 of Wands in this connection. Okay, so I can tell a lot's happening, a lot's going on. There's also a lot of passion, a lot of desire. It's like full of energy. Okay, you're like a firecracker right now. And this may not be just in this connection. Overall, in general, you may be at a point in life where you may be feeling, okay, things are starting to progress, or you're really ready for things to start moving. Okay, the answers you need are coming, and maybe they're coming really fast. This does represent very fast movement. So as it's your energy, as I said, I'm getting the urgency to like move fast, to get things done. We're kind of all fatigued a little bit with the slow energies around over the past year plus. So you definitely are ready to go and move forward and progress. Okay, that's what this energy is. A lot of energy. Also tells me travel. You may want to travel. You may want to connect with a lot of people. That's what's coming up, and you're just ready to blossom, ready to grow, because there's a If you look at the wands, there's so much growth on these. Okay, so that's your current energy. Very strong, very powerful, very happy, very dynamic at this point. So let's see what clarifies this. We have the Seeker, very nice. So the this side of the house is all the light aspects, so we'll read the light attributes, and this side we'll read the shadow attributes. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is clarified by the light attribute of Seeker, which is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So again, very open to learning, very open to seeking more information, and look at like how this person is also traveling. They have their backpack on and they're just pretty much like traveling the world to accumulate knowledge. So these two together show me like you are ready for expansion overall in life. Okay, so that's your current energy, and again, that would reflect in the relationship as well, right? So that's your dominant energy. Let's see what's the state of the connection at this point. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Very nice. It's so Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Pentacles are something materialistic, something solid that we can measure, we can see, we can feel, we can touch. It is real. Okay, it is tangible. That's the essence of Pentacles. And with the Ace of Pentacles, this could be a newer connection, or it could be a new beginning in a long-lasting connection where, you know, both of you are working towards a rebirth together. That's possible for a few of you who are watching, but most of all, this is a very solid connection, whether or not you see it this way right now. But because it's an ace, it has a huge potential for growth, if that makes sense. So this is not a fleeting energy. This is a significant connection that has a potential to grow. Again, there's free will, however the two of you want to work through it, but this is a very, very solid beginning is what I would say, or solid rebirth in the connection. So let's see what your expectations are of your person. This is all about expectations. We have the King of Swords. So kings are pretty high up in the tarot, in court card, you know, and with the swords, it's all about communication. So when this shows up in your expectation, I feel there is a desire to have your person be more direct. Okay, King of Swords is very intellectual, very smart, very intelligent. They have a vision, they have clarity, they have supreme clarity, I would say, of thought and how they express themselves. But when this is showing up in your expectations, you probably want a little bit more of that from your person. You may be feeling they're probably not expressing themselves freely at this moment, and you just want them to be clear. Just be clear, just be straight with me. That's the energy I'm picking up. And again, with your Eight of Wands, because there's so much power and inertia in this energy, you don't have time to beat about. That's what I feel. So you want them to be very direct and honest and straight up with you, and be mature in expressing themselves. Let me see what the clarifier is. The clarifier is storyteller. So ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So you kind of want them to lean into, again, I'm getting a lot of like communication side of things. They may not be the best communicator, and that's why this is showing up in your expectations, that you want them to be the King of Swords. You want them to be a good storyteller, again, expressing to you but also to people around you in your connections. That's what I'm picking up here. So let's see what their energy is. We looked at your energies, knowledge seeker, wanting to learn, wanting to expand and grow, and a lot of energy. Let's see what their energy is currently. And they're showing up as the Seven of Swords. So this is very interesting, because with these coming together, your expectation, you wanting them to be more direct, wanting them to be a storyteller, and the Seven of Swords showing up in their current energy. They're definitely in a careful energy, if that makes sense. Okay, I do not read this as deceit at all. The energy that I'm getting is like they're pretty much tiptoeing around at this point. Now there can be some fears in here, because if this is a new connection, it's like, okay, I need to tiptoe around and, you know, not say something that would upset my person. That's the energy I'm getting from this. So they're being very careful. That's their energy. They're kind of cautious. This is my what do I say? like optimistically or cautiously optimistic, whatever you want to call it. That's the energy they're showing up in. So they only speak as much as they think is necessary. So they're really trying to be very, very careful not to say something that could upset you. So very careful energy. Let's see what it's clarified by. We have the teacher. Okay, so ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. What's going on? There's like all communications here. One theme I'm seeing, you're like the seeker, the learner, wanting to absorb a lot of energy. And for their cards, we're seeing a lot of swords and storytelling and teacher type energies, which is like there's somebody who probably imparts or shares knowledge or shares thoughts with others, and you are the one who kind of absorbs. So it's like a yin yang energy here. So with this showing up again, communication is really strong with them. Either they're very eloquent and they are very see, they're hesitant. So my energy is kind of emulate. They're very hesitant in speaking openly, or they're very careful about what they say. So that's how they're showing up. There is no malintent here, because like with these cards, they're such positive cards from the archetype, the teacher and the storyteller, but they're just very, very careful. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So let's you know, see the other side. Let's see what are their expectations of you. You want them to speak up and speak up straight and be a good, you know, communicator. What are their expectations of you? They have the King of Pentacles. So what they kind of expect of you is to be very grounded and very self-assured. So the King of Pentacles is somebody who is, you know, who knows how to build their kingdom. They've worked hard, they've amassed wealth, and it could be like material wealth, but also connections and people and family and friends, right? Everything is abundant around them. So when this is showing up in expectations, it's like they kind of see you or expect you to be a very settled and poised person, and with a lot of passion, but also with a lot of structure and confidence. Okay, the King of Pentacles is very, very confident and also very self-reliant. Okay, so that's what's in their expectations. Let's see what's clarifying this. We have the Rebel. Okay, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Yeah, so absolutely. I think they're, you know, the Rebels, like the positive attributes, are always standing up for yourself, being confident enough, and really calling out what is not right within any situation. So they kind of expect that from you, and they expect you to be kind of take the lead and be that leader who's not afraid to challenge things that don't really resonate with you. And I think you do that pretty well with the amount of wands that you have here. You have a lot of passion about those type of things anyhow. So now let's get into the fears. So what are your fears in this connection? We have the Hierophant. Okay, this can go either way. The Hierophant represents tradition, institution, you know, of course, the any religious institution. You could think of it as it's also the marriage card. So if this is showing up in fears, there could be a couple things. You may fear that this could escalate and become into something very, very committed, and probably that's not what you're looking for. Or the opposite could be like that's what you want, and maybe they're not going to be that person, or they maybe not appear ready to you. So that's kind of showing up in your fears: commitment, tradition, hierarchy, or this could also mean for some of you where your person is extremely traditional, old school oriented, where, you know, they're like gender dominant, gender kind of roles in a relationship. So maybe they that's how they appear to you in this connection, and the fear is like, that's not for me, I'm much more fluid. Okay, so take it as it fits, but this is all about tradition, commitment, institution, rules and regulations and culture. That's showing up for some of you. It could be like if it's an interracial or intercultural relationship, this does show up as fears. Is like, how will our families kind of, if we decide to go further, how will that show up? But I'm picking up more, they could be a very traditional person with the role designations in a relationship. So that's kind of showing up in your fears. Let's see what it's clarified by. We have the child nature, and on the side we read the shadow. So it says tendency to abuse animals, people, and environment. So child nature coming up with the Hierophant again. You know, usually in the traditional sense, we are teaching children, so we're kind of telling them what to do, right? So that's what's showing up in your fears, is like, I'm picking up strongly, they're probably somebody very old school in their relationship thinking, and that's maybe something that they're working through, and probably that's why it's also showing up in their comms. Are they too, I don't want to use the word dominating, are they too set in their expectations of what a relation should be? Okay, so that's what's showing up in your fears. I want to see what's in their fears. Let's see, they have the Judgment. Interesting, another major arcana. So Judgment showing up in the fears is usually like challenging us to honor our true calling, right? It's a fear, you know, of the unknown. Is the fear of rebirthing, of getting into a situation or a time in our life where we completely are, or that's why I'm getting this old school thinking is kind of challenged quite a bit. So it becomes fearful, like, oh, things are different now. Well, what the nudges that I'm getting to adapt, are they real or are they not, right? So there's a little bit of confusion in them and their fears. This is also honoring your truth. This is also literally judgment, right? So they may feel that you're probably judging them too hard, or maybe they may fear judgment from you as well. That's showing up. But for most people, when the judgment shows up in the fear, is like, okay, this is a different time in my life. Will I be able to resurrect myself? Okay, because we see all these coffins and people rebirthing, resurrecting. So will I be able to honor this this new way, or this connection, or where I am in life right now? Can I pivot and stand up for it? I'm going to see what clarifies it. That's really intense. Interesting. And it's clarified by the victim, and where it says playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Yeah, so I think there's a fear of judgment from you as well. Probably that's why they're also being very careful in the way they express themselves, because they fear that judgment. That's coming out very strongly over here, actually, with the victim and the judgment. So they... Interesting, because they expect you to be very confident, but they may have some confidence issues. That's what I'm picking up. That's why judgment is in their fears overall. But let's see what's happening. You know, what's around you, what surrounds you. Ooh, wow, this took an upturn. I love this. You have the sun. The sun in your environment, and this could be external factors, people around you, situations around you, the environment that you're in, and it has the sun. It's the happiest card in the deck, and it talks about sunshine, happiness, children. I think with the judgment and with the sun, because it has a child, some of you may be in a relationship where one person is a parent, or you know, like this can also mean divorces. So one may be a single parent, or whatever combination of split custody, or there may be pets involved. So it's some of that is coming through here. But the sun is a very, very positive thing, right? So it is time to come out and talk openly about things. The sun brings things to light, okay? The sun opens up all the confusion. It draws our happiness out, and it kind of, we get that freedom once we express ourselves. So that's showing up in your environment or around you. There's a lot of brightness. Things are coming to light. The answers you need are coming. That's really drawing my attention here. So be open to that, but also go in with both of you kind of need to go in with the energy of opening up and blossoming and being open with each other, because this has a lot of potential of growth. Okay, so let's see what could be one of the outcomes, or what could be a likely outcome. We have the Nine of Wands. This goes two ways, okay, guys? Nine of Wands to me says, persevere. This is not the time to give up, because this person has gone through a lot. They have persevered every single blow, you know, from life that they've had. They have sustained so far. So when this shows up, it's a big message of perseverance, okay? So this is not the point when you give up. 10 is the completion, and that's when all the burdens will be dropped off. So just hang in a little bit longer. That's what tells me. As one likely outcome. Again, the opposite is also true. Some of you may feel too guarded, or both of you maybe feel too guarded in this connection. It may take a much longer to open up. But I think with the sun coming up here, there's a huge potential to open up, come out and talk, and just hang on a little bit longer. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's see what romance angels have to say. And in the meantime, start thinking of your question, and I don't know what's here. We'll see what answer angel came out for you. So what do the romance angels have to tell us? Attraction. You attract romantic love by fully enjoying. Oh, by enjoying this moment fully. Okay, I just jumped ahead a little bit. That's really nice. That's beautiful. So there's definitely attraction here. Also, you have very attractive energy with the Eight of Wands. It's very, very powerful. So the more you stay in that energy, the more things are going to come to you. And then you have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So this could apply to a few of you. I think with the sun, there could, again, coming out, going to the park, you know, getting together with friends as things open up in the world, that could really help as well. So feel free to, you know, use these energies as they see fit. All right, let's close out with the answer oracle. Think about your question. Let's see what the answer oracle has to say. Meditation brings answers. All right, you guys, for some of you, and you'll see how there's like a higher self up here. Can you see that? The higher self is kind of giving all the answers. So there are a few things here I want to call out. This says meditation brings answers. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. And then also over here with the Pisces, balancing spirituality and practicality. There's definitely energies for you to maybe within yourself slow down a little bit, because these cards are calling for meditation. They're calling for inner wisdom. That's coming up over here. So at this point, if you're feeling it's a lot, persevere, take a pause, meditate, and the answers will come to you. So that's what the angel angels had to say for you. All right. I hope this helps you. Hashtag claim it. Drop me a heart below if this resonates with you. And I wish you much love and light, and I'll see you next time around. Bye for now. Hi, Pile 2. This is for those of you who chose the purple amethyst crystal. This will be your reading. I hope you've been well. Just a couple things as we get into this, that this is, again, general. So please only take what resonates. No need to force fit the messages to your situation. And the second thing is the energies can be vice versa. I use this as your leading energy, as my leader card. I associated this with you. That's how it happened to your energy. But, you know, again, the roles can be reversed, so just take, you know, as it resonates. All right, so with that, let's get started. We're going to do a relationship a wheel and look at the feelings. And this is all about, you know, how you're showing up, what your expectations are, how they're showing up, and what some of the fears may be. We'll do the outcome. We'll look at the romance angel energies, and then also I have an oracle answer card pulled out for you. So if you want to think through a question, we'll look at what the answer may be. And let's get started with some overall energies for you, or this connection, and see what comes up. We're using the Moonology cards. So pile 2, that was fast. Ooh, I love this. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. I think this is in June, if I'm not wrong, end of June. So full moons are usually like 6 months from the sign. Let's get one more. That's a very good message right there. It came out really fast. Let's get one more for you guys. Let's see what we have. Okay. Oh my God, that came out for the first pile as well. So we have balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Okay, so again, this is like, it's just a message to make time for meditation, or make time for any practices that make you feel more balanced, or make you feel like not being caught up on the wheel of life. Okay, they're like a hamster wheel. Just take some time out from that. That's what this is saying. But this is very, very reassuring. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay. All right, so let's get started with and see what the energies are in this connection. I want to use this as your energy. We'll clarify with the archetype cards, and we use separate tarot decks for each pile. Okay. So you are showing up as the 3 of Cups. I love this. This is a very fresh energy. This is like, you know, being happy, celebrating, being with friends and family. So generally it's a very, I would say, a light place in life. I really like this. It's a very fresh energy. Let's say you're in the mood to start enjoying life again, if you haven't been that way, okay? Because with this card showing up, the end of a tough cycle, I do feel that some of you may have been going through a tough period before this. Again, the world has been really crazy. But with this showing up, it's like you're opening up, you're so open to celebrating and reconnecting with friends, or actually building your soulmate circle again, okay? Because a lot of times, if you're somebody who's been going through a spiritual journey, you know, our old friends or soulmates fall away, connections fall away, and then when we've done the work and we start opening up, then the new connections start coming in, okay? So very beautiful, very lovely energy, kind of celebratory and fun, just like full of life, okay? Very nice, very light energy. Let's see what it's clarified by. Ooh, look at that, lover. So this side of the wheel, we read the light attributes, and it says great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So generally, I think you're coming into this, or you already are, in this lover energy, you know, very optimistic, very happy, very fun loving. So stay in that energy no matter what, okay? It does not matter who you have around you, romantically, friend, family. This is your energy. It is so beautiful. Please, please hold on to that. I love this. Okay, let's see. This represents the connection, or the, let's say the, where the connection stands right now, or how it's showing up. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yes, I love it. Two lovers at the table, guys. You have the lovers card. This is a major arcana. It is the best card to get in a, you know, I love reading, of course. So this is a state of the connection. So this can be either you feel like this, both of you right now, that very, very connected truly at a soul level, or this could also be like this would be a major decision, because the lovers is also the decision card in traditional tarot. So this is a pivotal connection where either one or both of you would choose each other, or would make a decision whether or not to choose each other. It's a very, very significant connection overall. I mean, this is beautiful with the lovers showing up. There's a lot of, there's some deep connection. There could be some past life connections if you believe in that, whatever that may be, but very beautiful. That's a major arcana. Relationship status, or the energy of the relationship, is showing up by the lovers, okay? Wow, I'm at a loss of words. Let's just leave it here. All right, let's get into what are your expectations of your person. And this is about expectations, okay? You have the Ten of Swords. So this could also apply to them with the tough cycle. Sorry about that. The tough cycle approaching. The Ten of Swords is like ending of a journey. So when this is showing up in your expectations of them, this means like you really want them to move on from the past experiences, and they're probably pretty ahead on this journey because it's the 10, but there may be some, you know, minor remnants of the past disappointments, and this is like stresses, and this is like, you know, swords are experiences or things, and not necessarily people. So they may have gone through a major awakening or some sort of like difficult period of their life that they've come out of, and your expectation is that, you know, they continue to look away from that and not get not fall back into those memories at all. Okay, so that's coming up in your expectation. Let's see what's clarified by. It's clarified by the child divine. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggest a special connection with the divine. Yeah, so they've definitely gone through some awakening, or some sort of a journey through life, and these two are really showing me that you understand that, but you also expect them to like open up to the newness, open up to the new energies, and then bring the positive that you have here, bring that positive expectation forward and lean towards that instead of looking back, which is actually showing up here in the card, like they're moving forward, definitely, okay? So you kind of expect that from them. Okay, let's see how they're showing up. What is their current energy? Nice, another major arcana. So we have the Chariot. So they may have Cancer somewhere in their chart. We have water here, actually. We have Pisces and we have Chariot. which is Cancer. So they may have water in their chart. But the Chariot, they are actually, oh, this is very good because they're ready to go forward. They're ready to charge ahead from the past energies, past experiences. They may have gone through a lot, but they are literally, they have mastered their light and shadow aspects, their head over their heart. They've made some tough decisions on their own. And this is pretty much like a victory card. Okay, so they're showing up as victorious, someone who has won the battle and is ready to charge ahead and take the reins of their life. Okay, so very, very powerful, very self-confident energy is what I'm getting from them. But probably a little bit more duality within them, with the Chariot showing up, right? So they may still have conflicting points or conflicting feelings within them, but they continue to master that in order to charge ahead. Let's see what this is clarified by. We have the Damsel. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Yeah, so very independent energy. You know, they're not someone who expects to be rescued. Okay, that's the shadow side of the Damsel. So very confident, but they also like see romance as a very equal partnership, like with the Lovers here, that they view it as equal partnership and not having to rely on another person or have the other person rely on them. So very, very balanced and confident, I would say, in themselves. So quite a transition that they've had, okay? So let's see, what are their expectations of you? Star, another, oh my god, this pile is full of major arcanas. We have the Star. So their expectation is, again, when they're looking at you, that they definitely appreciate your hopeful energy, because I was getting that a lot over here, and the colors are pretty similar too. This is about healing, about wishful thinking. They kind of hope you're the one. And I wouldn't be surprised because the Lovers also showed up here. So there's a lot of hope, and they expect you to also, like how this character is holding on to the strings from the Star. It's like to hold on and to stay hopeful and to stay optimistic in this connection as well. But overall, they see you as the Star. They expect you to be very hopeful and healing, and you probably have this healing aura or this positive energy around you that they like, and they expect it stays that way, because we're talking expectations, right? We're not talking impressions, we're talking expectations. And then this is clarified by the Queen. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Again, like, so giving others hope, giving protecting others. And also, like, the Queen energy is also very independent and self-sustaining. So that's what their expectations are, that you are somebody who is very mature, but also very hopeful and very kind and very giving. And, you know, like, always choose to opt for the positive, or always choose the right thing or the positive thing. That's what they kind of expect from you. So looking at the light attributes. So now let's get into the fears. Okay, this is where we're going to read the shadow aspects, and our shadows are going to come through. So let's see. In your fears, you have the King of Wands. This is very interesting to show up in the fears, because the King of Wands is somebody who's very passionate. They are a leader. They take action. Okay, the Wands represent action. So it's not just somebody who sets a strategy and then has other people follow the plan. They actually get their hands dirty and they create life the way they want it. So they're very, very action oriented. Now, when this is showing up in fears, you might want to think about it as like a reversal, right? So what that means is, like, are they too dominating? Are they too impulsive? Or are they way too independent? Because we're picking up that independent and confident energy, but, you know, there can be like a subtle difference when the confident becomes too confident or overconfident and only self-reliant. So that's kind of showing up in your fears, that they may be too independent, too confident, too domineering, maybe in some cases, in certain situations. They may have a lot of fire, because if this is their story, they're probably almost resurrected, right? And it's like the phoenix rising, and sometimes it can be pretty fiery. So that's kind of showing up in your fears. I want to see what it's clarified by. We have the hero or the heroine, and the shadow is escapism and a false sense of heroism. So they may be in like a very charge ahead rescuer type energy, where they want to be the hero or the heroine of everything. So this kind of like it can be a little too dominant energy, I can say. So that's kind of showing up in your fears. Is like, okay, is there a balance? Is there a middle path, or are they going to be fire all the time? That's what's showing up in your fears. Let's see what's showing up in their fears. We have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So we have the Queen here in their expectations, but we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is a very, again, another court card. So the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords court cards here representing your fears, their fears. This is somebody with a very sharp tongue, okay? The Queen always speaks the truth. The Queen of Swords is very... they articulate their thoughts very well, and they do not hesitate in saying or calling things out when they're wrong, okay? So it's almost like a cut through, slashing through the truth. That's the sword of truth. So when this is showing up in their fears, it's almost like they may sense that you're not somebody that likes to be skirted around issues, okay? So you like clear communication, and the fear is like that someday you're going to just lose patience if they're not explicitly articulate with you, okay? So that's kind of showing up as like, oh my god, they like, again, not male female. If you're a female, they're like, oh my god, she does not take bullshit. Or if you're a male, he does not take bullshit. That's what this energy is. So there's a little bit of fear around that. They don't want to mess up the connection, and they want to kind of communicate so you understand it and it's clear, because you don't have the patience for anything around it. That's what's showing up in their fears, okay? Let's see what it's clarified by. We have the networker. So again, comms are coming through here. Swords and networking, it's all the same. And the shadow attribute is conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. So again, this is, again, their fear is... you're not somebody who's just going to just sit around and just make friends just for the sake of it. And, you know, so they want to make sure everybody that comes into this connection or around you guys is pretty genuine, because they see you do not have the patience. That's kind of showing up in their fears, okay? So let's see what's in the environment. Are there any external factors? What can we leverage? What's going on around you? We have the Knight of Wands. So this is, again, we have more fire coming up here. I like this. Fire. Well, although this is air. But like, again, also I pay attention to the colors as well. So with the Knight of Wands showing up, there's a lot of passion. And this Knight of Wands, there's also like these 4 wands kind of remind me of the 4 of Wands cards, or 1111. So there is an opportunity to grow. This is opening up new doors for you, the both of you, to grow, because 1111 represents like the portal. When you walk through it, you're stepping over the threshold and entering into a new dimension, so to speak. So a little bit of a segue. But coming back to the Knight of Wands, there is actually a lot of passion between this connection, okay? So take advantage of that, connect with that fire energy between the two of you, and that will kind of burn some of the fears away, but connect a little bit more is also like indicating towards a much stronger physical connection as well. So if you have the opportunity, go ahead, have fun, but there's a lot of happiness and spark and positivity and creativity that you two can do together. So it could also be some creative activities that kind of inspire you both. Wands are all about inspiration, okay? So let's see the possible outcome. Wow, ooh, fire, and then we have the Mother, the Empress. So sidebar, if you are not planning to conceive, just, take precaution. That's what this is saying, because the Empress is all about growth. This is birthing something new. This is, again, another major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 major arcana. So I think this is the pile with the most majors. And this showing up in the outcome is definitely, this has huge potential to grow. With these two showing up, this could definitely be a very long-term committed connection, should the two of you choose that. But this talks about positivity and abundance and growth. Like, if you put your minds together, you could definitely grow further in this connection. This can also be, some of you may even, I'm getting with the wands and the fire here, some of you could also be getting into some type of business together as well. So, like how sometimes couples can create something together as taken off it as business. That's coming for some of you. I'm seeing that. But yeah, a lot of potential of growth through here. And if you're interested, their children in the future as well, if that's something that you are looking for. So let's look into the romance angels. In the meantime, think through your question, and then we'll flip this as the closing card. Let's see what romance angels have to say. We have, it is safe for you to love. Of course, you have the lover twice here. Open your heart to give and receive all the highest energy of all, which is the love. Okay, so we'll put this over here. And then this one is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So this may be for some of you, and this can also mean sometimes forgiving ourselves for our past. I think forgiveness kind of goes around everybody. So family for sure, but a lot of times we hold ourselves back, especially when this is coming next to the Ten of Swords and the Child Divine. Our patterns that we've done in the past that we don't think we would, like, oh, why did I do this? I was such a fool. That's the energy we want to clear out as well, because we can sometimes be our worst critic. So that's for forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and family issues, because the more you forgive, the more you open up to more things. Okay, so let's see. Think of your question. You can pause here in the video and think of the question, but let's go ahead and look at what the answer oracle has to tell us. Within the next few weeks. So I don't know, whatever you had asked, if you'd asked for a sign or an answer that's coming within the next few weeks. And there you have it. That's your reading, group 2. That's what I'm getting for you. I hope you like it. Hashtag claim it. Leave some hearts below in the comment section. And, you know, like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. And I wish you much love and light, and I'll see you next time around. Bye for now. Hi, group 3. This is for those of you who chose the orange agate heart. This will be your reading. Just 2 things to keep in mind. Again, it's a general reading, so please only take what resonates. And the other thing is, you know, the roles can be reversed. So feel free to flip-flop the energies. Sometimes they can come in reversed. I'm going to use this as your leader card, as your energy, and then we'll go around the readings. What we're going to do is look at your energies, their expectations, your fears, and what's in the environment. And then we'll close out the reading with romance angels and also an answer oracle that I pulled today. So if you want to think through a question, we can look at the closing card as the oracle answers. So that's the plan for today. I hope you're doing well. I haven't done this reading in a while, so I thought I'll just do it. So let's get started with 2 overall energies, just messages for you from the Moonology card, the Moonology deck. And we have them right here. That was nice and clean and fast. So, whoo, wow. Okay, so you might be doing quite a bit of releasing. You have, what do you need to release? Waning moon. And then we have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So, for this group, again, this can be vice versa, but I'm just going to say it for the both of you. There may be, this may be a time where some sense of purge is required. So purging old thoughts, old patterns, lifestyles, whatever that may be. Like, you could be changing jobs, you could be changing your diet, anything like that. Any or like self-limiting thoughts, if you may have, that's time to rinse that out of our system and then take time to breathe out. So just like slowing down in life is just taking a fresh perspective overall, but cutting out anything that does not serve our highest good, be it thoughts, be it patterns, be it habits, be it people, whatever that may be. Okay, so what do you need to release? Are there any self-limiting beliefs? I'm getting this is more of a belief than anything else. Those are the hardest. I speak from personal experience. The hardest thing to rinse out of our system is our own self-limiting beliefs versus other people. We can, you know, work with that. It's easier to release other people or shut down thoughts that other people tell us versus what we tell ourselves. So that's coming through strongly for some of you. Okay, take time to breathe out. Okay, relax, enjoy. All right, so I hope you relax in this reading. Let's see what we have. Let's get started. So this is going to be your energy. This is what I'm reading as your card. So let's see how you're showing up. We have the Page of Swords. Very nice. So this is again going, this is so beautiful when this does. I love when spirit does this. So this is a fresh start. Okay, you're at a point in your life or in this connection. It could be just this connection, but I'm picking up larger overall energies where you're taking a very fresh perspective and you're ready to learn. This is somebody who is very willing to learn and expand their knowledge, expand their perception, overall in life, but also when it's showing up in this connection. This could be something new. I'm getting the sense for the majority of you, if this resonates, this probably is a newer connection where you're just learning through, how to work with each other, to talk with each other. This is communications and thoughts and what to expect. So this is a newer energy for you, but with the page is always willing to learn, willing to grow, and willing to graduate to the next level and next level and next level. That's what pages do, but they're the beginning of a journey. So overall, I think, and with these cards showing up also in life, you may be at a point where you are restarting or learning or relearning some things versus how you had done them in the past. Okay, so very fresh energy over here. So let's see what it's clarified by. We have the servant, and this side of the wheel we read the light attributes, and on this side we read these are the fears, so we read the shadow attributes. So for the servant, the light attribute is delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Okay, so this is a very service-oriented energy, wanting to help others, wanting to take care of others, a very selfless, kind energy, but with a very loving heart and being open to connecting with others and serving others, right? So very similar to the Page of Swords. I like how the energies play off of each other for completely different decks, and then the messages come out really strong. So definitely in a place where you are willing to give more or to absorb more at this point, and being in a very neutral kind of place. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So let's see what the connection is showing up at. This is the energy of the connection at this point. And we have the High Priestess. Major Arcana. Interesting. So there's definitely an intuitive connection here. There's a telepathic connection that I'm getting, but this can also be, especially if you or they are rinsing out certain things in their life, this can also be a very confusing connection, because the High Priestess is about secrets, it's about hidden wisdom, it's about hidden knowledge. So it's about hidden, what lies beneath the surface. So, the knowledge lies beneath in the Torah that she's holding, kind of covered by her robes. And this kind of tells me the other side of the story is that this may be a very confusing time for some of you, where you're not sure which way it's going, but it's still, it is significant. That can be the energy. And that can also be, again, if it's really new, there is a strong connection, there's a strong attraction. Communication may be a little choppy at this time, but there is something more than that. So there's probably a telepathic and intuitive connection. So it could be a little off kilter for some of you. For others of you, you know right off the bat, yep, this is it. We have a very strong connection, like in the 5D. You may be you may have felt when you met them that you already knew them, something like that. Okay, so that's what's showing up in the energy. It's a little bit split for this group. Okay, so let's see, what are your expectations of your person? And you have the 10 of Pentacles. Very nice. So I think this showing up, this is again abundance, this is happy family, happy home, happy life. Being very content in career, in relationships, in friends, family, all of that. So this is the 10. This is the highest number of abundance. So when this is showing up in your expectations, it's almost like you want them to be at this level, or you expect them to be very independent, to be very giving, to be very nurturing, and to really be someone who builds prosperity. And by prosperity, I don't mean just in the money section, because the 10 of Pentacles has an element of family. There's a child and a mother and a father, and there's a home around it, right? So somebody who's very stable can provide for themselves and for others. I just realized this henna looks so bad. I was just experimenting. So anyway, that's your expectation, is really around having them be the leader of their life and provide and be independent. That's what's showing up. Let's see what it's clarified by. We have the visionary. Yeah, look at that. Such mature energies. So the visionary says capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So being a very giver type of energy, big picture, big vision, very independent, but also maybe a little ahead of their time, in the sense they're like the visionary, showing up in expectations. Sometimes they have such a big vision that others can't relate to it, but they see it over time and how abundant and how right that was. Okay. And I just had like a wire drop, so this is resonating for some of you. Really on point. It was so random, just like one of my cables just like slipped over there right at this point. So you may be actually in a connection where you expect the other person to be like that, and they may already be on this path. That's why you kind of see them to be leading even more. All right, so let's see what their energy is. How are they showing up? Wow, not very far off, my loves. Your expectation is 10 of Pentacles, and they're already at the 9 of Pentacles. Again, I was getting that energy of very independent person, self-made. They're probably at a point in life where they're reaping the rewards of their labor. They probably are a very hardworking person. They have put in a lot of effort in building their life, in their connections, in accumulating. This could literally be wealth, because we have Pentacles coming up twice over here. They may be a very successful person, but also very generous, and they know at least at this stage in their life, they know that what is it worth to actually take pause and also enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay. Sometimes this can be very heavy Capricorn energy, where they could be very, very hardworking, but they don't take breaks and they're always on the go. This tells me that they're finally at a point where they're learning to relax a little bit, because they put in so much work. And with the robes kind of signify that, and the headgear here kind of signify that now they're ready to kind of splurge on themselves as well and enjoy life as well. So that's what their energy is showing up. Okay. They are taking time to breathe out. Let's see what this is clarified by. Oh, goddess. Yeah, right. Literally the 9 of Pentacles is pretty similar to the Empress energy, and we have the goddess showing up here. Light attribute being the feminine, expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. So very open, very confident, very sexy in their own energy, very self-assured. Doesn't matter male, female. This is just the energy, like embracing their sensuality, embracing their confidence, and actually enjoying it. And also those elements of nature. So they may be like opening up to connecting with nature as well, but they may like nature, they may like gardening, they may like going on hikes or anything like that. But the current energy is very, very confident, very accomplished, and very secure, very self-secure in themselves. Okay, so let's see what are their expectations of you. They have the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is fast-moving energy. It's a lot of momentum. It's a lot of passion, a lot of fire. And when this shows up in expectations, they kind of see you as, or they expect you to move faster, to be ready to expand, to ready to grow. And when this comes up, it's also about travel, right? So travel, expansion, very kind of Jupiter energy, a Sagittarian energy I see. So in their expectations, they're like almost wanting you to, or expecting you to grow in the connection with them and be ready to take it on and bring in full passion and full fire into it and charge ahead. This is a fast moving energy as well. Okay, so let's see what is clarified by. We have the Engineer. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So again, problem solving, communications, moving quickly ahead, finding solutions. But like, look how this person is like shooting an arrow through all of that. So like really, they expect you to be creative, to be fast moving, to have a lot of energy, along with in this connection. So overall, so that's kind of showing up in their expectations. And it's interesting, they expect a lot more faster moving energy, because probably they're so steady and stable. They kind of like, okay, looking forward to expand with you. Okay, so let's see what's showing up in your fears. Let's see. We have the Magician, Major Arcana. Interesting. So the magician again is somebody who's very self-made. They're the master manifester. You know, whatever they put their mind to, they do it. You know, when this shows up in fears, I almost want to read it as a reversal. This can be this also represents Aries to me, so more fire. So they in your fears, you may see them as somebody who's on the go all the time, okay? Because we have talked about the confident energy and they're reaping the rewards of their labor. You may see them whether, like the fear is whether they're going to have time for love or not. Are they just going to be always manifesting? They probably could be an entrepreneur. Is that all that matters to them? Are they genuinely interested in making time for love? That could be in your fears, because magician is all about creation, manifesting things, materialistic things in relationships, whatever in life. But they are the entrepreneur, right? So this showing up in fears can be like, do they have time for me? Do they have time for love overall? And sometimes it can also reflect a little bit of manipulative energy, like are they really genuine? Do they truly care? That's kind of something that shows up with the magician in fears. And then it's clarified by the liberator. So we'll read the shadow aspect here. Imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints, right? So again, the shadow aspect of, again, if you think liberator is somebody who frees and, you know, gives freedom to others and liberates others, but the shadow aspect can be like, okay, it's my way or the highway. So there's a little bit of that, I think, probably because it's possible in this connection that this person may be further along in their career journey than you, or there could be a significant age gap I'm picking up for some of you here, because of which these fears are popping up. So it's almost a feeling of like, okay, are they going to be too dominating? Are they going to make time for love? Are they going to, you know, have time for me? And, you know, am I going to be restricted in this connection? So that's the fear that's showing up from your end. So let's see what is their fear in this connection. They have the Queen of Swords. Oh, I like it. Actually showed up in the same position, different deck. We use different tarot decks for each pile. Same fear position in another pile as well. I'm not going to tell you which one in case you want to watch more. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody who speaks the truth, does not have time for bullshit, very, very intuitive, and honors the truth. That's the end of the story, right? So when this is showing up in their fears, it's like, you know, they kind of fear that you may grow impatient with some of their loosey-goosey communication, okay? You are showing up as a Page of Swords, but in their fears, you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, right? So you maybe have a very fresh perspective and wanting to learn and commit and grow more, but then you don't have time for bullshit. That's what is in their fears. So they're very aware, or it's in their fears. It probably, you know, if they're not very clear in their communication, you could actually snap at some point. That's the energy I'm getting from it. So that's in their fears, you know, so they need to like step up their communication game so the fear goes away. I want to see what it's clarified by. We have the child magical, and the shadow is pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Okay, so this is kind of telling me their fear is you may be too logical and not have like bigger picture faith type energies, and you need hard proof. You need hard actions. You need to see that. You need to see something in order to believe it. And that's a little bit of their fear in this connection, that if they don't express that properly, then you're definitely going to question the validity of the connection. Okay, that's what's coming up over here. All right, so let's see what's around you guys. We have the King of Pentacles. So in your environment or influencing factors or things you could take advantage of, that's what this placement means. And with the King of Pentacles, again, there is time. To me, the King of Pentacles is somebody who's built their kingdom, who's very secure. You know, it's very, very grounded, very stable. And then, of course, with all the grapes, it really shows growth and the hard work that they've put in. So this, to me, at the end of the day, represents growth and stability in the connection. So, again, I'm saying is it's definitely with this, because the one part that we were picking up with the High Priestess was there's a very high level connection. There is an intuitive connection that you guys are empathically connected. This is in the material, almost like the 5D connection coming down to the 3D connection. So there is scope. Actually, this could really, really grow into a nice kingdom. We have the 10 of Pentacles, we have the nine of Pentacles, we have the Magician, and we have the King of Swords, and then we have the High Priestess. So there's a pretty strong connection here, but it could be a little confusing at this time, but it has huge potential for you to kind of work together with each other. This could really, really grow into something very, very secure. That's what I'm picking up. All right, so let's see what's the possible outcome. Ooh, Lovers. This is the best card to get in a love reading. So, you know, Major Arcana, Lovers as the outcome. I have nothing more to say here. So definitely huge potential. This could be like perfect, if whatever label you want to give it, soulmate connection, you know, twin flame, whatever label works for you, resonates with you. There's definitely a potential to grow together and take this further. This is also in traditional tarot the choice card. Okay, so this also says it is your choice. It is their choice. It is completely up to you. This is something that could blossom into a long committed relationship should you choose that. That is the outcome of this. Okay, also Gemini energy over here. Wow, like I can't add anything more to it. It's so straightforward. So let's look at what the romance angels have to say. Think of a question. So towards the end, we'll close out with our answer oracle card. But let's see what the romance angels have to say. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And this could be within you, within this connection, anything that kind of doesn't sit well with you. This is kind of telling us to really talk about it and bring it to the surface, clear the air so you can build more stably. If something bothers you, there's definitely room for communication in this, especially with the 2 sword cards showing up. And we have getting to know each other. Yeah, it could be a little too intuitive and not clear in the 3D. So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Absolutely. I don't want to cover the Lovers card. I'll keep it over here. So there we have it. And then what's the third one? You got an extra one. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I think one of the different forgiving card also came in another deck. And I'm looking at these. What do you need to release in time to take time to breathe out? So there may be some you know, past energies that you may want to release and forgive people and move on, so your heart also opens up. Okay. All right, so let's close out the reading with, you can pause here if you want. If you haven't thought of your question, pause and think through your question. We're going to see what the angel oracle has to say. We have it's up to you. Oh my God, look at the pointy fingers. Like, up to you. It's up to you. I know that's may feel like, oh, you didn't really give me an answer, but a lot of times it's really up to you. Free will is the biggest strength that we were given as humans. So again, it's really up to you. There's also a choice here, you know, so it's again, whatever the question was, it's really up to you. Spirit is just saying whatever you choose is gonna be for you. Okay, I hope this helps. Hashtag claim it. Drop me some hearts in the comment section below. Share, comment, like, subscribe. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. I would really appreciate it. With that, I wish you much love and light. Namaste. I will see you next time around. Bye for now.